your, what's his name?
This is a great angle.
You know what? That's exactly the angle that I had when I first see. Because I did a video here last year when I first seen it, but it was so shit I didn't bother putting it out. But that's exactly the angle. That's exactly the angle and the spot that I had right there.
Cool.
Are you shooting, Zach?
Yeah. If you see the red dot, it's on.
This is the official Find a Spring mascot jug. Patent pending.
So JS, if you're watching.
Justin, that's for you, brother.
Show the little handle that you have.
This little handle?
Yeah.
There you go, right here.
Cool.
This is awesome. Now this is the ones that the big jugs. We're not going to put them in your fridge unless you have some sort of industrial fridge at home. So that's what I do. I actually transfer all my large jugs into these, and these can fit easily in the fridge for you, right?
Where did you get that?
I got it from my dad.
Awesome.
If you're ever looking for good spring water supply, just go to an old Italian guy's basement in the fruit cellar, or better known as La Cantina, and you'll have everything you want. And also, that's one of the best quality controls for any spring. If you see an old Italian guy filling up at a spring, that's how you know it's good water. You don't need any meters, you don't need anything. You just need an old Italian guy filling up their jugs.
So what does this spring taste like?
Come on over here, Dylan. I'll let the D-man get over here and tell you exactly what it tastes like. Go ahead, Zach.
Get in there, dude. I have a fancy colorful bottle.
Is it recording?
Yeah. This does have a slower flow than I'm used to, but still. Give her a taste.
The official taste test.
I like it. Tastes good. Earthy, I guess.
Yeah, I describe it as earthy because, you know, you got a TDS of 500, right? So 540 today, pH around 6.9, temperature of 9.8.
So it's not recommended to drink high TDS for a long period of time.
No, but you can use this therapeutically.
Therapeutic.
Hello Kindred, longevity lifestyle designers. This is Zach with secretsoflongevity.com and Mo and Dylan. And we are at the West Montrose Spring.
Kissing Bridge Mineral Spring.
That's what we're calling it. That's right, yeah. And it's up on findaspring.com as of the watching of this video, I'm assuming.
Yes, we'll be submitting all this information soon so you can come visit it yourself.
And how would you describe getting to this place? You know?
Basically, we're in Westmount Rose, which is between Guelph and Elmira. And if you know the Kissing Bridge, which is the last covered bridge in Ontario, that's what we named the spring after. And basically, after you're coming out of the covered bridge spring, we're going to show you a little walkthrough.
We'll show them the covered bridge right now.
It is.
This is the Kissing Bridge.
The Kissing Bridge, the last covered bridge in Ontario,
The
right
last
here.
covered
That's
bridge.
cool.
Okay.
It's like a hollow barn.
It does look like that, eh?
Yeah, I'm going to open the window.
Tell me when you're all set.
I'm filming already.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, I've been filming for... I can't read that from here.
Why, that's the slowest you look these days. Look at that.
That's the Grand River?
This is the Grand River.
Oh wow, I grew up on the Grand River.
And there's
in Laura. Yeah. Wow.
Okay, so that was the covered bridge, and we'll also show you a walkthrough to get here. But basically, once you exit the covered bridge, you're going to be coming down River's Edge Drive. The Grand River will be on your left-hand side, and as soon as you pass the entrance for a gravel pit on the right. You make an immediate, you pull off to the left, and then you're going to walk down this little trail, and that's where you'll see the spring. You have to see this this gravel pit entrance, right?
Yeah.
The gravel pit entrance is on your right. The Grand is on your left.
Grand River's over there.
Immediately, you take this little left corner right here. Right here. This is the spring.
Oh, it's down.
It's right there. Oh. So
Whoa! So it's just on the Grand River side.
It's on the Grand River side, yeah. Oops, it's okay. We'll document it.
I love the cedars.
Okay, now basically I just wanted to get Dylan to answer this question. It's one thing to come to a spring and get the spring in glass and all that stuff, but it's another thing to actually know how to use it. So Dylan, would you care to share with us how you actually use spring water?
Okay, spring water.
When, where, how,
Okay.
and why?
After I gather it, one of the first use I use for spring water is right when I rise in the morning. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I love to drink at least 500 milliliters to about a liter of spring water, and right then and there, I'm telling you, it's way better than coffee. It just completely levitates you. You feel so fresh and you feel amazing. And you're actually full. You feel good. You don't feel hungry. You can actually float through the day with a lot of energy, and just keep moving on. Another thing I love to use the spring water is my elixirs. I mean, this is one of the major bases for when I make blended drinks. I use this type of water to make elixirs, and it just works so well. It's a lot better than tap water or even filtered water. This would be the primo, the Cadillac of water.
Now, one thing I was going to add to that too is the reason why you want to drink spring water first thing upon rising in the morning.
Yes.
Before you you wake up, you brush your teeth, hopefully with a non-fluoride toothpaste, so I'm sure you already know that, it's another subject. But basically what happens is when you wake up in the morning, that's your most dehydrated state. You just been breathing out and fasting for 6, 7, 8 hours, and every time you breathe out, you lose water. Okay, so you wake up in the morning, you are your most dehydrated state. But also, you're waking up, you have an empty stomach. You're in a perfect state to dehydrate. So what happens is, you got to remember that food or anything else, teas, coffees especially, I mean, you got to remember, most 99.9% of everyone in Southern Ontario is waking up with a coffee. A horrible coffee. Now, if you're waking up, with, not that, coffee is the worst thing in the world, but the way we use it here in Southern Ontario is ridiculous. We use it as a crux to live on, you know what I mean? To get up out of bed. I mean, don't talk to me until I have my morning coffee type of thing. Now, when you start waking up in the morning and you start having a liter of living spring water in the morning, now you're talking some serious chi.
That's true.
Right?
For sure.
If it's too much, you could actually make your coffee with the spring water. I used to do that in the beginning, but now...
Yeah, that's one way. Or if you need to transition away from coffee, you can use roasted dandelion root, which has a coffee-esque flavor.
Right.
And now's the time, at least in autumn, either beginning of spring or end of fall, you want to harvest any roots for herbs if you're going to be doing that yourself. And dandelion's a pretty easy root plant to identify. Just check online or with your local wild food expert and harvest some roots, clean them off, and chop them up and roast them in the oven for 250 degrees for maybe like 2 hours, stirring them occasionally, and then cook them in spring water, and you've got sort of coffee-like drink, which is actually quite tasty and really good for the liver.
Yes. So many interesting uses for spring water.
Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, don't get me wrong, food is ultra important. It's a huge piece of the puzzle. But really, when you're coming into spring water, now you're talking about the most important thing ever. I mean, it's, in all honesty, it's second only to the air that you breathe. You got to remember that, you are what you eat is the most important thing ever. But really, the only thing that trumps that is you are what you drink. Because you are mostly water. You are still mostly water. You're not mostly protein. You're not mostly goji berries. And you're not mostly cacao. You're still mostly water. So again, if you're going to be, drastically looking to change yourself, it's going to be the quality of the water that's going to make it happen for you. obviously the nutrition is a part of it. You're not going to be eating McDonald's and Tim Hortons all day and transform yourself by drinking spring water. But I mean, in reality,
Good step in the right direction if you are.
well, yeah. You want to eat McDonald's, then come to a spring? Okay, that's fine, as long as you're coming to a spring. But the most important thing is just to realize how important the water is, and also realize that, you know, the times, the uses, when and how you use that water is ultra important. So when you use it in the morning, great. Now when you're drinking water like this, and most of it is alkaline in this area, not a lot of it is acidic, you don't typically want to be drinking that with your meals because it's going to interfere with your digestion of your meal. It's going to dilute your hydrochloric acid that's actually in your stomach. So ideally you want to be drinking half an hour before your meal, finish drinking half an hour before your meal, or drink half an hour after your meal's finished. So drinking in the morning, half an hour before your meal, half an hour after your meal, and even going to bed. That's the times you really want to get the water inside you.
So with a spring such as this one that's such high TDS, you wouldn't want to be consuming it as your regular source of hydration. For certain periods of time you can do that, or for fun. But what I personally plan to do with my bottle, which I've already filled up and put in the car, is use it to water plants, water my sprouts. And that's great because the high mineral content is used by the plants. Actually, it's the bacteria in the soil that converts the minerals, which are inorganic in water, into organic minerals by adding in an extra molecule of carbon, which allows the plant and us to be able to use the minerals. So a lot of people say, oh, I need my water with minerals in it, but that's not really true because you can't actually use that. It can contribute to sediment buildup in the body of various types, whether it's magnesium, sodium, calcium. All these things can build up and cause issues in the long run, whether it's calcification or issues of the other minerals. Iron would cause a lot of oxidation of your cells because iron's a pro-oxidant, which isn't optimal. So that's going to wrap up what we're talking about here today with the spring. Check out Mo's channel. I'll give you a link to it. And do you have any websites? Or you're on Facebook?
Yes.
What's your Facebook profile?
Dylan Chang. If anybody wants to connect and know about spring water or cool springs to go, please connect.
And you also want to know how to get this gorgeous hair.
So I'll put a link below for both of these. It's facebook.com/Dylan Chang.
Chang, yeah. C-H-I-N-G.
And thanks for watching, and embrace life without limits.
Okay. Yeah, that's the way to do it. For sure. That's what we're talking.
And we're back.
Okay. Can you see?
Smiles.
Who's got the biggest mouth? Probably me, right?
Yeah, go.
When you're waking up in the morning to achieve maximum hydration. Hold on a second. That's stupid. Okay. Okay, someone else start talking.
No, you're doing really well. You
Hi
guys
everyone.
are the video makers. You guys go on.
Hi
Hello,
everyone.
Kindred Longevity.
Yeah, that's it.
Go ahead.
Perfect.
Yeah, do it, Zach. Start it off. Do it. Guys, very careful when you come to the spring. There's Mennonites everywhere. Be very careful. This is awesome.
I feel weird like filming them. They're just looking right at me. This is always funny. Uh-oh. Here's Mo and Dylan coming to collect. No, they're not collecting. We're just testing this water.
We're going to come back and do a proper video, but we're going to do a little stop here. And this is a good example of a water not to drink from, actually, because this is a classic shallow well. Meaning that this is probably coming from, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's coming like less than 20 feet down below where we're standing. And so it changes color, it changes taste, it changes consistency with rainfall. And a real spring doesn't do that. So, but anyways, it's still better than toilet water.
Yeah.